In a city where love stories are made for the cameras and heartbreak becomes currency, few couples have captured and recaptured public obsession like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Once the glittering embodiment of early 2000s Hollywood glam, Bennifer was the ultimate fairy tale. 2 decades, 2 marriages, and countless red carpets later, the love story that made tabloids swoon has reportedly turned into something far more complex. And, if insiders are to be believed, something Ben is desperate to move on from.
According to a close source who spoke with National Enquirer, Affleck, 53, is doing everything he can to distance himself from Lopez, 56, following their finalized divorce in January. But J-Lo, ever the romantic and eternal believer in second chances, allegedly hasn't stopped reaching out. She keeps finding excuses to stay connected to Ben, the insider shared, hinting that the pop icon's calls and messages haven't exactly been subtle.
Apparently, Lopez pushed for Affleck to appear at the Kiss of the Spider-Woman premiere, not because he needed to be there as a producer, but because she wanted that symbolic spark, that Hollywood moment that might reignite something long gone. Against what the insider described as his better judgment, Ben showed up, camera ready, cool and composed. But according to those close to him, he walked away regretting the decision. He's now saying it was a huge mistake, says the source. She hasn't stopped calling since.
It's classic J-Lo. Fiercely passionate, unapologetically sentimental, and always driven by the idea of love as both destiny and performance. For her, seeing Ben again wasn't closure, it was possibility. The source adds that Lopez took his attendance as a sign that they might get back together, and even floated the idea of spending the holidays together for the sake of their kids. It's a move that speaks to Lopez's sense of family and nostalgia, but to Ben, it might have felt like déjà vu in the worst way. The two families, hers, his, and the kids who grew close during their 2-year marriage, had once blended seamlessly into a modern Hollywood household. But now, those lingering connections might be making the emotional untangling even harder. She's even been texting him fan comments about how in love they still looked, the insider reveals. And while that kind of sentimentality might tug at the heartstrings, for Ben, it's reportedly been more exhausting than romantic. He just wants to be free of her, the source insists, and she clearly won't accept that. It's the kind of post-divorce tension that only a Hollywood power couple could generate. The love story turned legacy, where every call, text, and red carpet appearance carries the weight of their shared history. Lopez, ever the performer, might be chasing the narrative of eternal love that has always defined her career. Affleck, meanwhile, seems intent on rewriting his own, one without the constant glare of flashbulbs and the ghosts of love stories past. The irony is hard to miss. Not long ago, the world was cheering their grand reunion, a redemption arc for the ages. From yacht selfies to Vogue spreads, they embodied the dream that love could survive fame, failure, and time itself. But reality, as it often does, had other plans. The dream faded, replaced by silence, distance, and now, reportedly, unwanted persistence. Behind the headlines, you can almost picture Ben, a man who's weathered the highs and lows of Hollywood, fame, and personal reinvention, now craving something simple: peace. And yet, peace isn't easy to come by when your ex happens to be Jennifer Lopez, a woman who built an empire on love songs, heartbreak, and the unshakable belief that the story's not over until she says it is. So, what's next for Bennifer 2.0? The scripts are unwritten, the cameras are watching, and if history tells us anything, this might not be the final act. Because in Hollywood, love stories don't always end. They just go on hiatus.